We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition here from the dip area into the rip area today. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:15 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY continuing to bounce off that key support of the 426 area, 426.50 area, and it has come back up to retest the highs of the week. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what the inflow versus outflow is showing in the bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bull indicator at 8:50 a.m. and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 180% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area of white with red borders to the rip area of bright green bars, as I call it, on 42 vision. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bull indicator at around the 427 area today, and inflows crossing over in the middle of the day, guys. This is something we were looking at very closely in yesterday's video, and we talked about the extreme level of support that was going to be crucial and critical at the 426 to 426.50 area, and those were both the supports before taking off back to the upside and getting those inflows to eventually cross over, breaking through key resistance and getting a bull indicator to cancel out this bear indicator from yesterday, right? And a full transition happened yesterday from the rip area to the dip area, and we were looking for transitions back up, and here they are, right? From the dip to the rip. And now we need to talk about what are the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. And the first thing is these inflow versus outflows, guys. They need to stay above the midpoint. They're currently green and sitting at 1.92. and that's going to be crucial and critical. And if we zoom out here and look at the 1 hour, we could see that those inflows are back up. Bear indicators canceled from way up here at around the 427.90 area. We would round that up to 428, not that far from it. And then we have a bull indicator that popped up at around the 427.50 area, and we were talking about that area of resistance based off the history of the chart. And here it is, breaking out above it, having that bull indicator pop up, and inflows are sitting at 2.22, and they need to stay above the midpoint and strong, guys. It needs to stay above it and continue pushing up higher. And as we talked about in yesterday's video, it has room to go higher based off the history of the chart, right? It broke above 1.84, but in the history it's reached up here 2.8 and even up towards 6.9, right? When that last bull indicator popped up around the 418 area, and the full move went up towards 428. Now, not guaranteed to make the same exact move, but something I would not ignore and miss there in these inflow versus outflows on the 1 hour. There's still some room here based off the history of the chart, and a bull indicator just popped up today, right? Now it needs to break through key resistance levels, and these are some of the highest levels that the stock has hit for the SPY in this week and in the last several weeks and days, right? It keeps on rejecting up here, and that's what we're going to talk about and zoom in here to take a look at. But I would not ignore these inflows here on the 1 hour, and they need to push up higher and further away from the midpoint, and I'll be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow. Now, when we zoom into the 15-minute, we can see within the volatility how these inflows cross back over and have dominated all day today, and a bull indicator popped up here at around the 426.60 area, and a full transition there from red bars to bright green continued into the second half of the day, hitting highs up here of 429 and up towards 429.50. Now, that is a huge area of resistance, not just today, but in the last several days, right? 429.60, 429.50, rejection here on Monday, rejection yesterday. Today, it is trying to break it, coming back down in the after hours. That is going to be crucial and critical. And most importantly, these inflows need to stay above the midpoint on the 15-minute chart. And I'm going to be watching that very carefully, because any outflows to the downside, if this crosses, you could see these outflows here, how they impacted the chart, but they didn't make it collapse completely because no bear indicator popped up. That bull indicator was still in effect, and these outflows did not cross the midpoint, because if they do, it could quickly start to reflect into these charts and possibly cancel out this bull indicator with a possible bear indicator. So I would not ignore that, and that's something I would watch very carefully. So what is the first key level I'll be watching? Well, it's support, guys, and that's right here at around the 428 area where the bear indicator popped up yesterday and it broke above today. That's a crucial level of support. And if these outflows begin, not just here on the 30-minute and the 1 hour, but also on the 15-minute to the downside, that could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. And again, I would not ignore that. And the next support below that level that I'll be watching is then down here towards the 427 area, and then the 426.50 area. So these are critical levels of support. I'll be watching to the downside, especially if these outflows begin and they cross over on the 15-minute and roll over to the 30-minute and start reflecting pretty quickly into these charts. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to continue here on the 30-minute to the upside. Same thing on the 15-minute. Stay green and pull away from the midpoint, pulling upwards. And on the 1 hour, guys, we want these inflows to continue. Hold strong these bull indicators. And the first resistance is 429.50. That's a really tight area there. That's been the highest point today and the highest point throughout the week. And then above that comes the 430 area. And then the next resistance above that level, if that staircase effect starts to form and we push up higher, well then the next resistance I'll be watching is the 433 area. And these inflow versus outflows are going to be crucial. The bull and bear indicators as well. I'm going to be watching those very carefully. And these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. and these inflow versus outflows very closely into tomorrow's volatility and the bull and bear indicators, as we have bull indicators on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute, and also on the 1 hour, and the inflows are above, and they need to stay above and continue to push up to the upside to continue reflecting that strength and key resistance levels to be tested and turn into support. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.